General Hospital spoilers. Rocco sneaks around with Britt. Lulu's legal drama erupts. Soap operas thrive on the combination of scandal, secrets, and explosive courtroom drama. General Hospital has always been known for crafting multi-layered storylines that touch on love, betrayal, revenge, and shocking reveals. And the latest developments with Rocco Falconeri, Britt Westbourne, and Lulu Spencer promise to give viewers all of that and more. Fans have long speculated about how Rocco would be used now that he's a teenager stepping into the forefront of Port Charles drama. At the same time, Lulu's long-brewing storyline involving family, custody, and the Quatermain estate is coming to a head. Add in Britt's unexpected involvement, and suddenly, the Cassadine, Falconeri, and Westbourne worlds are colliding in a way that no one could have predicted. This is a spoilers-packed, speculative deep dive into what's about to unfold, with twists that could reshape multiple families in Port Charles forever. Rocco Falconeri has spent much of his life overshadowed by the constant drama between his parents, Lulu Spencer and Dante Falconeri. Between Lulu's Cassadine lineage, Dante's cop life, and the custody battles that surrounded him when he was younger, Rocco rarely had the chance to simply be a normal kid. But now, as a young man trying to carve out his own identity, Rocco is quietly making choices that could backfire in a big way. The surprising twist? Rocco has formed a secret bond with Britt Westbourne. It starts innocently enough. Rocco has been struggling with the mounting pressure at home. Dante is trying to guide him down a responsible path, while Lulu, caught in her own legal storm, is distracted. Feeling misunderstood, Rocco starts gravitating towards someone outside the family circle. That someone turns out to be Britt. After returning to Port Charles under mysterious circumstances, Britt has tried to keep a low profile. She knows her reputation as the Britt hasn't fully faded. But fate intervenes when Rocco crosses her path at the hospital. Britt offers him advice he doesn't get from his parents, and slowly, Rocco finds himself confiding in her about things he wouldn't dare say at home. Soon, their meetings shift from casual hospital run-ins to deliberate, secret encounters. Rocco sneaks out at night under the guise of hanging with friends, but in reality, he's meeting Britt at Charlie's pub, the pier, or even Windermere. It's not a romantic connection, at least not in the traditional sense, but the secrecy creates an intensity. Rocco admires Britt's rebellious streak, her confidence, and her ability to challenge authority. Britt, on the other hand, sees a bit of her younger self in Rocco and feels compelled to guide him. But of course, in Port Charles, secrets never stay buried for long. While Rocco's sneaky alliance with Britt simmers in the background, Lulu finds herself facing the biggest legal crisis of her life. The central issue? Custody of Rocco. Dante, while still committed to being a present father, has grown increasingly frustrated with Lulu's decisions. He's watched her Cassadine impulses resurface, making choices that put Rocco at risk. At the same time, Lulu's connection to the Quatermain estate has created tension, especially with Tracy and Brooklyn, over who controls family assets. When Lulu makes a move that Dante deems reckless, potentially involving Rocco in Cassadine business, Dante takes legal action. Suddenly, the Falconeri-Spencer custody war is reignited. But this time, it's not just about Rocco. Adding fuel to the fire, Lulu has been named in Monica's updated will, a detail that shocks the Quatermain family. Tracy is furious that Monica left a portion of the estate to Lulu, someone she sees as an outsider. Brooklyn, caught between defending her own inheritance and understanding Lulu's position, becomes a reluctant witness in the looming court showdown. Now Lulu is facing a two-front war, defending her right to raise Rocco and protecting her claim to the Quatermain inheritance. Just as Lulu's legal case begins to heat up, Rocco's secret alliance with Britt threatens to come out in the worst possible way. During a heated custody hearing, Dante's lawyer argues that Lulu has been too distracted with money and Cassadine schemes to properly supervise Rocco. Lulu fires back, accusing Dante of being too rigid and smothering their son. But the entire courtroom is stunned when evidence emerges that Rocco has been sneaking around, sometimes late at night, without either parent knowing. Even more shocking? The person he's been meeting is Britt Westbourne. Dante's reaction. Dante explodes, accusing Lulu of neglect and demanding sole custody. He argues that if Rocco is turning to Britt, it's because Lulu failed to provide stability. Lulu's reaction. Lulu is blindsided. She insists she had no idea about Rocco's connection to Britt, but the damage is done. Britt's position. Britt is put on the spot. Is she helping Rocco as a mentor, or has she been manipulating him to regain influence in Port Charles? The revelation threatens to derail Lulu's entire case, and suddenly, the possibility of her losing Rocco becomes very real. Of course, Nothing is ever straightforward with Britt. Fans know she rarely does anything without an ulterior motive. Britt has been carrying the weight of her brother Nathan's death for years. In Rocco, she sees someone who reminds her of Nathan's protective, defiant spirit. It's possible that her bond with Rocco is genuine, an attempt to keep Nathan's memory alive by guiding another lost soul. But there's another possibility. Britt once had a complicated romance with Nicholas Cassadine, and her ties to the Cassadines run deep. Could her involvement with Rocco be part of a larger plan to reinsert herself into Cassadine power struggles? If Britt is quietly aligning with Cassadine forces, her relationship with Rocco could be more dangerous than anyone realizes. As the custody and inheritance cases spiral, Lulu finds herself cornered. Every choice she makes is scrutinized. Every misstep is amplified. In one particularly emotional scene, Lulu breaks down in front of Laura, confessing her fear that she might lose Rocco forever. Laura, ever the voice of wisdom, reminds her daughter of her Spencer resilience, but even Laura admits that this time, the odds are stacked against her. The legal drama also brings old wounds to the surface. Lulu reflects on her years in a coma, the time she lost with Rocco, and how fragile her relationship with him has become. She vows to fight with everything she has, but will her determination be enough? Dante isn't immune to the turmoil. As much as he believes he's doing what's best for Rocco, part of him still cares deeply for Lulu. Watching her unravel in court stirs up old feelings. At the same time, Dante knows he has to protect his son. If Rocco is sneaking around with Britt, that signals a deeper issue, and Dante believes Lulu isn't capable of addressing it. This internal conflict could push Dante toward making a decision that shocks everyone. Will he push for full custody, or will he find a way to co-parent with Lulu despite their differences? Like all major storylines in General Hospital, this one doesn't exist in a vacuum. Brooklyn, torn between supporting Dante and empathizing with Lulu, Brooklyn could find herself dragged into the drama, especially if her testimony influences the court's decision. Tracy. Expect Tracy to use this chaos to her advantage, maneuvering to cut Lulu out of the Quartermaine inheritance. Maxie. As Nathan's widow, Maxie could play a pivotal role in exposing Britt's true motives, or defending her if Britt's intentions are pure. Sunny. Never one to stay out of family matters, Sunny may weigh in on Dante's side, escalating tensions even further. In true soap opera fashion, the storyline is expected to culminate in a shocking cliffhanger. Rumor suggests that just as the judge prepares to rule on custody, new evidence emerges that changes everything. Could Britt be hiding a secret document that shifts the case in Lulu's favor? Or will Dante uncover proof that Britt has been manipulating Rocco all along? Either way, the fallout promises to shake Port Charles to its core. The intertwining stories of Rocco's secret alliance with Britt and Lulu's explosive legal drama represent the perfect storm of General Hospital storytelling. Fans will be treated to emotional courtroom confrontations, family betrayals and shifting alliances. The return of Britt as a major player. Rocco stepping into the spotlight as a young character with real agency. Whether Lulu emerges victorious or loses everything, one thing is certain. This storyline will redefine the Falconeri, Spencer, Westbourne, and Cassadine families for years to come.